Krishna. सत्यानंद चिंत सत्येक पक्षे सर्वाध्यक्षे भक्ति रक्षादि दक्षे श्री गोविंदे विश्वसर्गादि कंदे पूर्णानंदे नित्यमास्तां मतिर्मे अज्ञान नीरधिरुपैति यया विशेषं भक्ति परापभजति परिपोषमुच्चैः तत्त्वं परं स्फुरति दुर्गमम् अप्यजस्रं सद्गुण्यवृत्स्वरचितं प्रणमामि गीतम् गौरां सुखः सत्कुमुद प्रमोदि स्वाभिक्यया गोस्तमो निहन्त श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य सुधानिधर्मे मनोदितिष्ठन् स्वरतिं करोतु प्राचीन वाचः सुविचार्य सोऽहम् अज्ञोऽपि गीतामृतलेशलिप्सुः यत प्रभोरेव मदेत तत्र शक्तक्षमध्वं शरणागतस्य सर्वोपनिषतो गावः दोक्ता गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत् मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपादमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् स्वधर्मज्ञानवैराग्यसाध्यभक्त्येव गोचरः नारायणः परब्रह्म गीता शास्त्रे समेरितः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति विकास स्वामिति नामिने नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे योऽन्त प्रविश्य वाचमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्त किल शक्तिधरस्वदाम्ना अन्यां हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं पान्त्वस्मान् पुरुहूतवैरिबलवन्मातङ्गमाद्यद्घटा कुम्भोच्चाद्रिविपाटनादि कपटुप्रत्येकवज्रायिताः श्रीमत्कण्ठीरवास्य प्रदसनकराधारिदारादिदूरप्रध्वस्तत्वान्तशान्तप्रवतितमनसा भाविता भूरिभागैः. Hare Krishna, welcome you all for this Gita Shastri program. We are in the 50th day and today we will be looking at the chapter number 11, Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga. So this is quite a big chapter. So we'll try to cover this chapter as much as possible. In last chapter, Krishna spoke about his different energies. By means of speaking about those energies, he was speaking about his Yadatmya, that how he is the owner of everything, how he is the controller of everything, and how he is the maintainer of everything. So, in order to establish this firmly to Arjun, Krishna spoke about this knowledge in 10th chapter. Now, 11th chapter is just a continuation of 10th chapter, or 11th chapter is a special intervention by Arjuna. Here Arjuna is showing his desire to see this universal form, Vishwarupa. That's why Krishna is showing here this Vishwarupa. So this is the 11th chapter. So in this 11th chapter, the subject matter of this 11th chapter is, according to Gita Sangraha by Yamunacharya, he says, Ekadase swayadatmya sakshatkara avalokanam Dhattam bhuktam vidhi praptyoho bhaktyega upayata yuktaha. In this Ekadasha Adhyaya, what are the things it is mentioned? Swayadatmya sakshatkara avalokanam. His real state of having all the sentient and non-sentient entities as his body. So in this 11th chapter, we will be seeing how the Lord has everything in his Sharira, that is called Vishwarupa. This whole Vishwa is his Rupa only. This whole world is in his body. That's called Vishwarupa. And also to enable Arjuna actually see the form by giving him the divine eyes. So to see this form, Arjuna was given with the Divya Chakshu, that is also mentioned in this chapter. Similarly, to get the real knowledge of Bhagavan, to see him directly, to attain him in actuality, Bhakti is the only means. So these are the few subjects matter which are discussed in this 11th chapter. So Arjuna speaks. After hearing the greatness of Lord, of his powers, of his energies, of his controlling nature, of his maintaining nature, even when having all these qualities, but still that same Supreme Lord is standing in front of Arjuna. as a chariot driver. So when Arjuna saw this, he felt so much happy in his heart. At the same time, he was feeling grateful to Krishna, because when you see that same Supreme Lord is so humbly standing in front of Arjuna and trying to convince him, not only convince him, but he was ready to accept a service for his devotee, that same Supreme Lord. When seeing all this thing, it made him humble. By seeing Lord's glories, it makes the devotee very humble. So that's what it is said here, that Arjuna has heard all the glories of Krishna in the 10th chapter, Aham Atma Gudakesha Sarva Bhutesaya Stitaha, starting from shloka number 20, Vishtabhyaham Idam Krishnam Ekam Sthena Sito Jagat, ending with the shloka number 42. Krishna has just explained all the vibhutis to Arjuna, and Arjuna has heard everything. So when he heard this glories, and that same Lord is standing in front of him, he is in the ocean of bliss. Arjuna was in just bliss. So Arjuna is now praying to Krishna. He says, you have answered all my questions that I have asked you previously. So out of gratefulness, now Arjuna starts speaking in this 11th chapter. Arjuna Vacha, Maddanugrahaya Paramam Gukyam Adhyatma Sangitam Yat Vayoktam Vachastena Mohoyam Vigata Mama. So here he says, Mad Anugrahaya, for my benefit, Paramam Guhyam. Usually you never speak about your glories to anyone. Krishna himself said, he doesn't reveal himself. Naham prakasa sarvasya yogamaya samavataha mudoyam navijanati lokoma vachamapyam. Krishna doesn't want to show his supremacy to anyone. Even when he shows his supremacy, still he covers that supremacy by his knowledge, by his divine form. Like he has shown his universal form to Yashoda. He has lifted Govardhan hill for 7 days. When they come to know about his supremacy, Krishna just covered that supremacy. Krishna doesn't want to show his supremacy to anyone. But that same Lord, now he is revealing himself. He is revealing his supremacy to Arjuna. So by remembering this, Arjuna felt very happy. Now you told me about everything. Now I can see your Saulabhya. I can see how humble you are. I can see how simple you are. Even though you are a Supreme Lord, but you are easily available. By seeing this quality, it makes me humble. When you see both these qualities in Lord, that is Paratva and Saulabhya, it makes me humble. He is greater than the greatest, and also he is very simpler than the simplest. So when seeing this, it makes me humble. Just he says this. And then he says that I have heard about your glories many times. Bhavapyayo hi bhutana shrutva vistaraso maya tvatta kamalapatraksha mahatmyam api chavyayam. I have heard your glories many times. Tatvataha avyaya mahatmyam. Your unending glories I have heard many times. What are the glories? Aham krasya jagataha prabhava pralayasthatam maya tadamidam sarvam jagat avyaktam murtina. Krishna has just now explained from chapter number 7 till 10. He has explained his glories. So Arjuna says, I have heard these glories about you, your greatness, many times. I have heard. But while saying this, he sees Krishna's eyes. Then he sees Krishna's eyes. Krishna is very happily looking at Arjuna. Oh, you have heard, you have understood. That's very nice. Like a mother, she's teaching something and child is repeating. Then mother becomes very happy. With smiling face, with loving eyes. She sees the child. Similarly, Arjuna, he learned something from Krishna's speech. So Arjuna was repeating that I have heard many things about you, about your glories, about your supremacy. I'm very grateful to you. Krishna is laughing with loving eyes, with loving sight. He is looking at Arjuna. Then Arjuna sees Krishna's eyes. Krishna's eyes are so beautiful. He says, Vatta Kamalapatraksha. He is fallen in love with Krishna's eyes. He says, Kamalapatraksha. I see all the greatness, but when I see your eyes, I forget all the greatness. I can just develop love on you. Because by seeing your beauty, I forget all your greatness. So I can see both the things in you. I can see your beauty and I can see behind you there is so much greatness of yours. So he says that I am seeing your Mahatmyam also. Evam etat yadatmatvam atmanam parameshwara drashtumichchami te rupam aishwaram purushottama. I really understand, I accept whatever you say is true, that you are the supreme person, you are the maintainer, sustainer, origin of everything. But I have one wish, I have one desire. I want to see your Aishwaryam Rupam. I want to see this opulent Vishwarupa of yours. Maybe Drishtam Ichamitve Rupam. I want to see this. Maybe I don't know whether I have this ability to see or not, but out of curiosity, it is not out of doubt, but out of curiosity, I'm asking this to show this form to me. So, since you are the supreme person of Godhead, it is easy for you to show. It is not very difficult for you. This question we should ask to many false avatars nowadays. Many people are claiming themselves as Supreme Lord, they are Krishna's avatar, they are Rama avatar, they are avatar of everything. Can we go and ask them, can we show your Vishwarupa? Is it possible for them to show? It's not possible. Only Krishna can show. So Arjuna is just requesting, Krishna, since you are Supreme Person, you have ability to do anything. I have this desire to see your Aishwaryam Rupa. Manyase yadi chakyam maya drishtum iti prabho yogeshwara tato me tvam darshayatmanam avgayam. So, if you think I am qualified to see this form, then please, I want to see this form. I am, even though I am Ayogya means even though I don't have Yogyata to see this form, please, but because of your mercy, because of your ability, because of your Shakti, you can make me an able person to see this form. Anyway, my desire won't go. I have this desire to see this Aishwaryam Rupam, this Vishwarupa, that how you are creating, managing, controlling, maintaining, destroying everything. I want to see this form. So please give me the capability to see this form. Because of this, I may able to see this form. As soon as Arjuna asked this question, you can see Krishna's answer. Shri Bhagavan Vacha. Pashyame partarupani shatasosta sahasrasaha nana vidhani divyani nana varna kritini cha. Pashyadhitan vasurrudran ashvino marutastata bahuni adrishta purvani pasyascharyaani bharata ihaikastam jagat krishnam pashyadhayassa characharam mama dehe gudakesha yachanya drashtumichasi natumam sakshase drashtum anenaiva swachakshusha divyam dadami je chakshu pashyame yogamaishwaram. Krishna immediately jumped out of the chariot. He says, Pashyame. He says, Pashyame Partharupani. He says, he's just like, he's saying to Arjuna, Arjuna, what do you say? What is there to hide from you? I have become your chariot driver. Because of your love, because of your devotion, you have already conquered me. I have become your servant. And because of your bhaktyat paranya sakya ahamya vido Arjuna, he will say all this thing. So only by devotion you can conquer Krishna. So by your devotion you have conquered me, and I am your chariot driver. So what is there to hide something from you? So I'm ready to show anything. So as soon as he said this, he jumped out of the chariot and he showed his Vishwarupa. He says, Pashyame Partha, Pashyame, see all this form, see this beautiful form. He uses this word Pashya, 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 like in these 4 shlokas, you can see at least 6 times he uses this word Pashya. See this form, see this form, see this form. This shows this form is very wonderful. Even for Krishna, this form is wonderful. Like when Arjuna requested, then there should be some shlokas like Sanjaya is speaking, okay, now Krishna is going to show the form. Or maybe now Arjuna is saying, okay, please show me the form. Or like Vyasadeva is quoting something, okay, now Krishna is showing his Vishwarupa. No, there is no any middle shloka. When as soon as Arjuna asked, Krishna immediately showed this form, because he was waiting, because this form no one has seen, no one has even requested, no one has even recognized that there is such a form. There is no sadhana to see this form. And Krishna was just keeping this form in his locker, waiting that someone will ask. As soon as Arjuna asked, he showed this form. Pashyame. See this wonderful form. Hundreds, thousands of wonderful forms. It has thousands of colors. We have seen maybe 7 colors, maybe 12 colors, maybe 50 colors, maybe 100 colors. But he says there are aneka varnam. Aneka varnam means we might have not even imagined such a colors exist. So Krishna is showing unlimited colors and unlimited shapes, and in that rupa we can see Dwadasa Adityas, Ashtavasus, Ekadasa Rudras, Ashwini Kumaras, Maruts. See this astonishing form which you have never seen before, Arjuna. And he says this form, in this form, what you will see, Ihaikastam Jagat Kristam Pashyadasa Charajaram Mamaddehi Gudakesha Yachanye Drushtumichasi. Whatever you want to see, you can see in this form. There is nothing like you cannot see anything here. You can see everything, whatever you decide in this form. You can see full world. Anda, you can see the Characharam. Charachara means we have 14 planetary systems in one Anda. We have Bhu, Bhuva, Suva, Maha, Jana, Tapa, Satyaloka. And down we have Atala, Sutala, Vitala, Talatala, Rasatala, Mahatala, Patala. So all this 14 planetary system is considered as one Anda. So this Andas, there are millions and trillions of universe like this. So all this universe you can see in one place. Otherwise, if you want to see all these parts, you need to travel thousands of years. Even if you travel thousands of years, you cannot see all this different universe. But in one place, at one time, in one body, you can see everything. All this exists in just a small part of my body. It is not full part of my body is covered, but in my part, there's a small portion. In that small portion, you can see this full universe. All the universe you can see. I will show you for a long time. Don't worry. Don't be in hurry. You see this universal form completely and don't complain. After I have disappeared from this universal form, don't complain. Oh, Krishna, maybe I did not see this. Maybe it doesn't exist in you. Don't complain. I'm going to show you this universal form. See this till you have desire to see this. Until you start to fold your hands and pray, please make this form disappear. I'm going to show this form. Until you become tremble, I'm going to show this form. Please see this form very happily. Then when Krishna was saying this, Arjuna was blinking here and there. Krishna is asking me to see this form, but where is that form? I can see only Kurukshetra. I can see only Kauravas, Pandavas waiting with their weapons. I can see only Krishna here. I don't see anybody here. Because Krishna, out of haste, out of hurry to show this form, he forgot to give the Divya Chakshu to Arjuna. Because this form, it's very special. And how it is special, we will see this in the end of this chapter. But this form is being very special. Arjuna could not see this form. Then Krishna realized, okay, I should give you Divya Chakshu. Then Krishna says, Natumam sakshase drashtum anenaiva cha chakshusha divyam dadamite chakshu pashyame yogam aishwaram. Hey Arjuna, you cannot see this form with this eyes. And I'm going to give you Divya Chakshu. With that Chakshu, you can see this form. Then Krishna gave him special eyes. With that eyes, Arjuna saw the Vishwarupa. And after seeing Vishwarupa, he has offered many prayers to that Vishwarupa. And Sanjaya, he could see everything by his Divya Drishti, and he is speaking. Now Sanjaya is speaking. Eva mukto tato rajan mahayogeshwaro harihi darshayamasa partaya paramam rupam aishwaram aneka vaktranayanam aneka adbhuta darshanam aneka divyabharanam divyane udhatat ayudam divyamalam karadharam divyagandhano lepanam sarvashwaryamayam devam anantam vishwatomukam Divi Surya Sahasresu Bhayat Yugapat Uttaya Yadbha Sadrishasya Syat Bhashastasya Mahatmanaha Tatraikastam Jagat Krishnam Pravibhaktam Manekada Apasyad Deva Devasya Sharire Pandavastata Tatasva Vismayo Vishto Krishta Roma Dhananjaya Pranamya Sirasha Devam Kritanjalir Abhasata. Then here Sanjaya, he narrates everything to Dhritarashtra. Seeing this Vishwarupa, what Arjuna's mood was and what else he has seen, that Sanjay is relating here. And he says, my dear king, that Krishna showed that form. After seeing that form, Arjuna spoke also. What he saw, Aneka Rupam, Aneka, sorry, what's it? He has seen Aneka Vaktranayanam, Aneka Adbhuta Darshanam, Aneka Divya Abranam. He has seen, it's just Aneka. You cannot count. It is not 100, it is not 1,000, it is not lakh, it is not 10 lakh, it is not crore. It is just Aneka. Aneka means unlimited. He has seen unlimited mouths, unlimited eyes, many astonishing aspects and wonderful ornaments, uplifted wonderful weapons. So all these things, there is nothing like Chaturbuja, Ashtabhuja, and then Sodasha Bhuja, Sahasra Bhuja. It is Aneka Bhuja. There is unlimited hands he has seen, and there are unlimited astonishing garlands and his many astonishing dresses. So each form was completely designed with or decorated with beautiful dresses, garlands, ornaments, crowns, uplifted weapons, and the ointments means fragrances like different fragrant oil and then chandana. So this form was shining. It was greatly amazing and beyond comparison. So this he could see this form was in all the directions. Arjuna could not see anything else. Whole direction, all the 10 direction was completely covered by this Vishwarupa. So he says, at one point of time, if thousands of sun arises, how the tejas will be. That kind of tejas was seen. So here, Sanjay is using Utpreksha Alankara. There are different kinds of Alankara which are mentioned in the Kavya. So Utpreksha Alankara means you try to compare something with amazing thing. Like it is impossible to even imagine thousands of suns. Even one sun is so radiant, so brilliant, so shining. But if you put thousands of sun together, it is beyond imagination. So what Kavi is doing now, he is putting this unimaginable thing with something more unimaginable. Now Krishna's this Vishwarupa, it's here it is said it is above the thousands of suns radiant. Means he is trying to compare, which is actually not comparison, but even the comparing thing itself, it's very amazing, and the thing which is compared with, it is even more amazing. So that's called Utpreksha Alankara. So he's using Utpreksha Alankara. In that body of Lord, he can see the 14 planetary systems. He can see Bharadakanta, he can see Bharatavarsha, he can see Kurukshetra, he can see Krishna's Arjuna's chariot, he can see Arjuna and Krishna sitting together. So he can see all this thing in Krishna's Vishwarupa. When he saw what happens, then he overcome with wonder, his hairs standing on the end and bowing his head before the Lord with folded hands. Arjuna in Adbhuta Rasa. Now he was in Sakya Rasa before, now his Rasa changed to Adbhuta Rasa. Then in Arjuna with full of awe and reverence, he did not close his eyes. When you see such a form, usually you become fearful and you close your eyes. But Arjuna did not close his eyes, but he was astonished to see this form. And then Arjuna started to pray the form which he has seen. So Arjuna, he now starts praying whatever form that Vishwarupa has seen. He starts praying. Pashyami devam stava deva deha sarvam stata bhuta vishesha sangan brahmanam yisham kamalasanastam rishimscha sarvan urugramsta divyan. He says, Krishna, in your body, I can see all the demigods. I can see multitude of many beings. I can see Brahma. I can see Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, who is the Paramatma of Lord Brahma also. I can see many rishis. I can see many snakes like Vasuki. Aneka bahudara vaktranetram pashyamitvam sarvatontarupam nantam chamadyam na punastvadadim pashyami vishveshwara vishwarupa. I can see Aneka bahudara. I can see you everywhere. Infinite forms, many arms, many stomach, many mouths, many eyes. I don't see your beginning, middle, and end. Just I see your form is covering the 10 directions, I don't see anything else. Kiritinam Khadanam Chakrinam Cha Tejo Rasim Sarvado Deeptimantam Pashyamitvam Durunir Shiyam Samana Samantat Deepta Alaranga Duti Aprameyam. Okay, I agree. I will come to your question later. So he says that I see you with crown, with club, with chakra, and I can see the light shines from you everywhere, and I'm finding it difficult to see you. Even though your form is very difficult to behold, but still because of your mercy, I'm able to see this form. And this form, it is simply apravayam, it is beyond imagination. Some people, they give a very wrong interpretation, like when it is mentioned here, Isha means here it is Shiva's Vishwarupa. It is completely bogus kind of interpretation, because then we cannot say anything about Bhagavad Gita for Krishna, because Ishvara Shabda, it is a common term used for a controller. So here you can see right from Shankaracharya to Ramanuja, Madhva, everybody accepts Isha, Ishvara means it is Lord Krishna only, and there is no any confusion. Why in Bhagavad Gita Krishna has to, why Vyasadeva has to put Shiva's Vishwarupa here? So it is unimaginably useless speculation to say that this is Shiva's Vishwarupa. Anyway, this is just some question came up in the chat, so I am just answering. So this is Krishna's Vishwarupa, and Krishna is standing there. He is saying, "This is my Vishwarupa," and from the Vishwarupa, Arjuna is requesting him to show your original form. Then he showed his 400 form. So this is completely mental speculation to say this is Shiva's Vishwarupa. Yes, and then Tvamaksharam paramam veditavyam tvamasya vishvasya param nidhanam tvamavyaya sashvata dharma gopta sanatanastvam purusho mato me. You are the supreme person. You are the shelter of everything. You are indestructible, protector of eternal dharma, very ancient person. Understanding him with inconceivable power is the highest of knowledge. So to understand Lord Krishna, he has this inconceivably great powers. This is the highest knowledge, because Shastras ultimately wants us to come to this knowledge that Vedaischa sarvair ahame vedyaha, that after studying all the Vedic literature, then we should come to this end, that Parasha Shakti Videva Chuyate, that Krishna is the supreme person of Godhead. Okay, I will come to this question later, because it just disturbs our class. And he says that I can see that you are the supreme person of Godhead, and understanding this is the highest form of Vedic knowledge. If someone says that I know Vedas, I have studied Vedas, but if they don't understand that Krishna is the supreme person, all his Vedic knowledge is simply considered as useless endeavor. Anadi madhyanantam ananta viryam anantapahum sashishurya netram pashyamitvam deepa hutesha vaktram swatejasa vishwamidam tapantam. I see you without beginning, without middle, and without end. You possess infinite strength and thousands of arms, and your eyes are just like a sun and moon. And from your mouth, I can see blazing fire, which can destroy the whole universe at the end of Pralaya. And because of your heat, the whole world is they can feel this heat. You can see again and again, Arjuna is saying, I don't see your Adi, Anta, and Madhya. I can see that you are the origin of everything. I can see you have thousands of arms, thousands of eyes, thousands of mouth, thousands of hands. So this looks like Punarukti dosha. Punarukti dosha means it's repeating the same thing again and again. But according to some Shastra, it is said that Prasade Vismaya Harshe, Prasade, during some special darshana, Vismaya, during some Vismaya Harshe, during some happiness, Dvitrir Uktam Na Dushyanti, when there is a happiness, when there is a wonder, when there is a mercy happening, then if you repeat once or twice, it is not a Punarukti dosha, it is actually enhancing that bhava. So here Arjuna is again and again repeating the same thing. It shows how wonderful the form is. Then he says, Dvava Pritivyoridam hi vyaptam tekva Tvayekena disascha sarvaha drishtva pudam rupam ugram tavedyam lokatrayam pravayantitam mahantam. Now he shows, now he is able to see the Kala Rupa of Lord. He says that the space between earth and heaven and in all the directions, it is filled with you alone. Arjuna could not see anything. All the direction he's seeing, and he's seeing only Lord's Vishwarupa. And he's seeing the sky, right from earth to till sky. This Vishwarupa is just covering everything. He could not see anything. Seeing this astonishing, ferocious form, this three world is terrified. All the demigods, asuras, gandharvas, kinnaras, all can see this form. Yeah, it is said that all the demigods are also, the demigods and many asuras, kinnaras, those who are living in the upper planetary system, they all assembled above the sky to see this Divya Rupa. So everyone saw this form. Otherwise, it may appear like Arjuna saw some form in his dream and nobody can believe it. No, not only Arjuna, many have seen this form. Amihitvam surasanga vishanti kechid bhita prananjalo grananti swasti guptva maharishi siddha sangaha stuvanti tvam sutibhi pushkalabhihi. It said that many demigods, many sages, they take shelter of you and they all started to chant Swasti Vachana. Swasti Vachana means let there be auspicious for this universe. Because as soon as they saw this Vishwarupa, they all become terrified. They all worried about the well-wishing of this universe. And they thought now Pralaya has come. Now everything is going to get destroyed. So in order to save the world, they all started to do Swasti Vachana. They all started chanting Swasti, Swasti, Swasti. Let there be auspicious everywhere. Rudra Aditya Vasavo Yecha Sadhya Vishve Asvino Marutas Chospamascha Gandharvo Yakshasura Siddha Sangaha Vikshante Tvam Vismitas Chaiva Sarve. He says Ekadasa Rudras, Dvadasha Adityas, Ashtavasus, Sadhyas, Vishvas, Asvinas, Maruts, Pitrus, Gandharvas, Yakshas, Asuras, Siddhas, all were observing or are looking at you with astonishment. Then Rupam Mahat, yes, yeah. Rupam Mahate Bahuvakranetram Mahabaho Bahurva Padam Bahudaram Bahudramstakaralam Drishtva Loka Pravayatitas Tataham. Then in that form there are many mouths, many eyes, many arms, many thighs, many feet, many stomach, fearful teeth. The whole world is filled with terror. All are afraid. Arjuna is saying everybody is afraid. But he's a Kshatriya, right? So he never says that I am also afraid. Still now he was saying all the rishis, demigods, they are all afraid, whole world is trembling. Since he is a Kshatriya, he could not openly say that I am also afraid, but in the last stage, Tadaham, he says, even I am also terrified. Then he just continues how he is afraid. Nabasprisham deeptam anekavarnam vyata nanam deepta vishala netram drishtva hitvam pravyati tantaratma drishtim na vidamni samam cha vishnoho. He says, seeing your form which touches the heaven, shining in many colors, with the gasping mouth and with blazing eyes, in my mind also it's filled with fear. I don't find satisfaction seeing this form. I don't find relief, Krishna. I don't know why I asked you to show this form, but I'm able to recollect myself. I'm able to pacify myself. Okay, don't worry. I know this is our Krishna. So he's showing his Vishwarupa. I'm trying to recollect my my steady state of mind, but I'm unable to recollect my steady state. My mind is just reeling and I'm not able to find satisfaction by seeing this form. Dramshta karalicha te mukani drishtaiva kala nala sannibhani dishona jane na labha chasarma prasida devesa jagannivasa. Now he started to pray. Now he started to beg to Krishna. Your mouths with sharp teeth. I cannot recognize the directions. I feel no comfort, Krishna. Please be merciful to me. I don't know why I asked this form. Then he says, Amichatvam Dhartarashtasya putra sarve sahaiva sahaivavani pala sangahihi bhishmo drono sutaputrastatasau sahasmadhiyair abhiyodha mukyaihi vaktranite tvaramana vishanti damshtrakaralini cha bhayanakani kechit vilagna dashanani tareshu sandrishyante churanitair uttamangaihi uttamangaihi. He says, what is then when he's showing his fearfulness, Krishna is thinking, why you have to get fear, Arjuna? This me only. So don't get fearful. Just see whatever you wanted to see. You wanted to see your victory, right? See in my form all your victory. What is happening? All the sons of Dhritarashtras with their prominent kings, Bhishma, Drona, Karna, all the prominent warriors are entering swiftly in my mouth, and some of their heads are being smashed, are being crushed by Krishna's mouth, and some of their heads are sticking between his mouth, between his teeth. That's all Arjuna was seeing. Just try to imagine how the Arjuna would have been seeing this universal form. He's alone standing there, and all the directions are covered by Krishna's Vishwarupa, and his mouth is crushing all the warriors in the Kurukshetra, and blood is flowing everywhere, and he can see some heads are sticking in Krishna's teeth gap. So by seeing all this form, how Arjuna can be very peaceful. Then he says, Yata nadhinam bahavo ambuvega samudrameva abhimukha dravanti tatatva tavami naraloka vira vishanti vaktrani abhi vijlavanti yata pradipam jwalanka patanga vishanti nashasya samudra vegaha tataiva nashaya vishanti lokas tavapi vaktrani samudra vegaha. He says, like a ocean, like a river is very swiftly entering inside the ocean without even knowing that we are entering inside the ocean. All these warriors are unintentionally they're entering inside your mouth. And also like we have small moths which rush towards the fire and gets burned in the fire. They are knowingly entering inside this fire and getting burned. So like that, some warriors unknowingly they enter inside your mouth and they get destroyed. Some warriors knowingly they rush towards your mouth and they also get destroyed in this way. And then he says that swallowing all this man all around your fierce mouth, you're licking your lips repeatedly because some hands, some heads are sticking outside. So to bring them back, Krishna is licking all this thing from his mouth and he's eating, and your fearful races filling the whole universe with their heat are burning it out. Then Arjuna says, forget, he just forgot everything. Arjuna just forgot everything. He forgot this Kurukshetra. I am Arjuna and this Krishna, and I have asked Krishna to show this Vishwarupa, and Krishna has given me this Divya Chakshu, and because of this Divya Chakshu, I am seeing this Vishwarupa. He just forgot everything, and out of forgetfulness, he is asking, Akyahi meko Bhagavan Ugrarupo, Namostu te Deva Vara Prasidha, Vignyatumicchami Bhavantamadhyam Nahi Prajanamitva Pravartim Tava Pravartim. He says, who are you? Who are you here? Why are you taken up this form? Please be merciful to me. Why this terrible form is you are showing this to me? I desire to know who are you, and I don't understand your action. Why you are doing all this thing? So Krishna is saying, you only asked, that's why I'm showing this form. Now you're asking why I am showing this form. So at least Krishna, when by seeing Arjuna's fear, his tremble, Krishna could have pacified him. No, Krishna did not pacify. He's just even adding more terrific scene to Krishna, to Arjuna. Krishna was even terrifying Arjuna more. in next shloka, you can see how Krishna is answering Arjuna. He says, Kalosmi loka kshayakrita pravardho lokan samahartumiva pravrittaha pritepi tvam cha bhavishyanti sarve ye avastita pratyanikesu yodhaha. He says, Kalosmi aham. Hey Arjuna, I am that Kala Rupa. I am the all devouring, all destroying that Kala Rupa form. Destroy a whole world, and I'm spreading and I'm being spread everywhere. No one will exist. No one will go out of this world. Everyone will die. But even in that Kala Swarupa, even in that Kala Rupa, when Krishna was speaking that everyone will die, he says that you will stay and Pandavas will stay. Krishna still, he is very cautious. Because he's Bhakta Vatsalya. That's why in Shankaracharya, in the end of this chapter, he says we should meditate on this Vishwarupa, because Vishwarupa apparently it may look like very fearsome, very terrifying, but even in that Vishwarupa, Krishna was very conscious about his devotee. He says, you see, everyone is entering inside mouth except Pandavas. I save my devotees. So even Vishwarupa form, it is very, very embracing for the devotees. So Lord in the form of Kala Rupa is eating everyone. Yasya Brahma cha Kshatram cha Ubhe Bhavati Odanaha Mrityuryasya Upasheshanam Kayitta Veda Yatra Saha is what Kathopanishad says. That for Lord, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, everybody is Odhana, everybody is Lord's food. So Lord is eating everyone with Mrityu by means of Mrityu or Mrityu Devata. So this Yama Devata, Mrityu Devata is like a pickle for the Lord. So what we do, we use pickle to eat our food, and at last what we do, we eat that pickle also and we go away. Similarly, the Lord is using this Mrityu Devata as a pickle to eat everyone, and then at last he destroys the Mrityu Devata also. So Lord here he is saying, I am the Kala Rupa. This Kala Rupa form, I have come here to destroy everyone except devotees. He is very cautious about his devotee. And then Krishna says that seeing this Kala Rupa, at least now you get up. Tasmat Pamuttishthaya Solabhasya Jitva Shatrun Bhukshvaraja Samriddham Mayai Vaita Nihitani Purvameva Nimitta Matram Bhavasavya. Then he says, Krishna, rise Arjuna, get fame, conquer your enemies, enjoy this kingdom. They're already killed by me. As soon as when they touched Draupadi, that same moment I have killed everyone. So you are already victorious. They're already been killed. So just beat them. They're already dead snakes. So you just beat the dead snakes and get the fame. He says, Nimitta Matram Bhavasavya Sachin. Just become an instrument in my hand. I am already doing everything. I am the doer. This we should always keep in our mind, that we are not the doer of anything. Krishna is already doing everything. We just become an instrument in Krishna's hand. Like when Prabhupada was discussing with his god brothers, then some of the god brothers, they were having doubt that this movement will be spreaded all over the world. Some devotees, some of his god brothers, they have tried to spread this movement all over the world, but they failed. They came back. And then they were complaining, okay, it's not possible, and we cannot spread this movement in other countries, in all over the world, it is impossible. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Priti Vitayache Naganadigram Sarvatra Hoive Prachare Morana, that my name will be glorified in each and every village, in each and every corner of the world. Yes, maybe he may said like that, but it is not possible. It is impractical to do that. But Srila Prabhupada was very confident that this name will be spread all over the world. Why? Because Lord has said. So when Lord has said something, it will definitely happen. So what we have to do, we have to just become an instrument in Lord's hand. Then if you become an instrument, then you get the fame. Already Lord is doing everything, but we need to patiently take responsibility of the seva, and if you start doing, Lord will use us as an instrument. Instrument means it doesn't have its own icha to do something. Like we are using some instrument, like some pen. Pen doesn't have any of his selfish desire. Pen will just surrender to the person who is using. So the person who is using, he can use the pen as he likes. Similarly, instrument means we should not have swatantra. We should not have any independence. We should give this independence to Lord, and we should think, I am useless to be used by anything. I am useful only in your hand, and I am complete in your hand. You can use me as you like. So if you give yourself to the Lord in this way, like Prabhupada has did, and when he was going to America, he said, Krishna, I don't know why did you bring me to this world. This place looks impossible for me to preach, but I know you are the master. I'm just a puppet in your hand, so you can make me to dance as you like. I become an instrument in your hand. That's what Krishna says here. Nimitta matram bhava sabhisachim. This is like a maha mantra. We can use these mantras. Like many mantras we have. Like we have karmanyavadikaraste. Some people they use. Nimitta matram bhava sabhisachim. This also some people use. Satatam kirtayan toma patram pushpam phalam toyam. So there are this like Mahavakya, Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna says, I'm eagerly waiting Arjuna. Like Arjuna was very reluctant to fight. Now Krishna is showing his Vishwarupa and he's making him scared. Okay, now you get up, fight. You have to fight and get fame. I should blow my conch for your victory. That's what I'm waiting for. I want to see you get fame. I want to see that you get all the prizes, and I want to blow my Panchajanya in glory of praising your victory. So Krishna was inducing Arjuna in this situation also. In Vishwarupa also, Krishna is inclined to induce Arjuna to get him the fame. Dronam cha Bhishmam cha Jayatrajam cha Karnam tata ayan api yodha viran mahantustum jahima gatishta yuddhasvate jedasi ranasa sapatnan. He says, these people kill this Drona, Bhishma, Jayatratha, Karna. They're already killed by me. Fight and have this victory. Because he says in the second chapter, Arjuna was having this doubt that he said that Yadva Jayema Yadiva no Jayejuhu. Whether we are going to kill them or we have to be killed by them. I don't understand, Krishna. What is good? And Krishna is saying here, definitely they will not kill you. You are going to kill them. You are going to become victorious. Then Krishna gives answer here that I have already killed them. Don't be fearful. I have already killed them when they touched Draupadi in the Sabha. When Arjuna heard all this thing, then Sanjaya narrates this. Etachutva vachanam keshavasya kritanjalir vepamana kiriti namaskritva bhuya evaha krishnam sa gadgatam bhita pranamya. Then Sanjaya relates whatever happened there. Sanjaya says, hearing these words from Lord Keshava, Arjuna started to tremble. Now Arjuna is called as Kiriti. He's always with some special kirita. What is that crown? That Arjuna has gone to Swargaloka. In Swargaloka, he has already conquered Kalake Nivachas. So because he has conquered his Kalake Nivachas, Indra has given him a special crown. He always used to wear this crown. Now with that same crown, with that glory, now Arjuna is offering prayers. How he is offering prayers? With trembling. Arjuna was trembling. For him, this is the first time. Not Vishwarupa, even trembling. Arjuna did not know what is fear. He was fearless, but now he is very fearful, and with folded hands, with respect, with great fear, he spoke the following words. Even though his voice is choking, Gadgadam bhita pranamya. Even though his voice is choking, but still he was trying to speak something. He was trying to offer his prayers to Krishna. Then he starts to pray to Krishna. Arjuna vacha Tane hrishi kesatava prakirtya jagat pragrishtatya anurrajyacha rakshami bhitani disho dravyanti sarva namasyanti sasiddha sangaha. Arjuna says, Krishna, now I understood why everyone is glorifying you. Now I understand. Because you are the person where everyone has to respect you, because you are that supreme person. When everyone is respecting you, whole world rejoices. by respecting you. It is not that when Krishna is glorified, some people are envious. Of course, there was one person who was envious. There are few people, but most of the world is very happy when they glorify you. But asuras, they always run away by seeing you. But perfect devotees, they always bow down to you. I have heard many times Bhishma, Drona, Narada, they are all glorifying you. And I used to think, why everyone is glorifying you? What is great in you? But when I see your glories, when I see how they glorify you, I understand you are the supreme person. But as soon as I see you, then you become so friendly. You start to deal with me like a normal friend. And I forget all your glories and I forget all your greatness. I put my hand around your neck and I start to roam around with you. Because you are Saulabhya, because you are simplicity, I'm forgetting your greatness. But now I understand. Everyone is worshipping you because you are that object, you are the perfect object for everyone's worship. That's why everyone is worshipping you. Then, why they should not respect you? Everyone should respect you. That's what he says. Kasmat cha tena nameran mahantam ghariyase brahmanopi adikarta ananta devasya jagannivasa tomaksharam sadasatta param yat. Because you are the origin of everything. You are the first creator. You are greater than Brahma. You created Brahma. You are Adi Pitamaha. You are Ananta. You are the origin of all the demigods. You are Jagannivasa. You are the shelter of whole world. You are everything. So you are meant to be glorified by everyone. Everyone should glorify you only. In this world, no one is having this. No one is. No one should be glorified except you because you are everything and you have this capacity to get all the glories. Then he says, Deva Purusha Puranas Tomasya Vishwasya Param Nidhanam Vetasi Vedyam Chaparam Chadama Tvayatam Vishwamananta Rupa. You are the original Devata, the oldest person, shelter of all the universe, knower of all. And the thing which is known, it is also you. You are the object of the knowledge. You are the supreme abode, and you pervert the whole universe. That's why you are called Ananta Rupa. You are the Vayu, you are the Agni, you are the Yama, Varuna, Chandra, Brahma, and the father of Brahma also. Vayor Yama Agnir Varuna Shashanka Prajapatisvam Pratitamanscha Namo Namaste tu Sahasra Kritva Punascha Bhuyo Api Namo Namaste. He says, again and again I pray to you. He says, Punah Punaha. Again and again I offer my obeisance to you. It's not necessary. Rama says, Sakrit eva prapannaya tavasmini yajade abhayam sarvabhute apyeha tadami etat pratamam. Even if you pay obeisances once, I will give you liberation. I will give you shelter. You don't have to do it again and again. But here by seeing the greatness, by seeing the mercy, both the things, he sees the greatness of Krishna and he sees the mercy of Krishna. By seeing this, he is thinking these pranams are not enough. He is doing pranama again and again. He is doing pranam in every direction. He says, Nama purasta tata prushtasta namostu sarvatra eva sarva ananta virya mita vikarastvam sarva samapnosi tatosi sarvaha. He says, I pray front side, I pray back side, I pray in the up, I pray down. So because Lord is everywhere. He is trying to pray this side, Lord is this side. He's praying that side, he's praying this side, he's praying back side, he's praying upside, he's praying downside. He's praying everywhere because till now he has never prayed. All this time he was very jokeful, he was very friendly. Now, by seeing this greatness, he has never done this namaskara before. Now he's now he's combining all his namaskaras. Now he's praying in one time all the namaskaras like thousands of times. Then he will now Arjuna is asking to Krishna, I'm seeing all this Vishwarupa, all this greatness. Will you be my Krishna again? I remember your form. I remember you as my friend. I remember your beautiful form as Shyamasundara. Will that form be my again? Because I can see this Vishwarupa. By seeing this Vishwarupa, I'm forgetting my position as a friend. I'm not able to see you as my friend again. Whether I don't know I'm going to get this friend or not. Why I asked you this form? I don't know why I asked you this form. I should not have asked you this form. Now I have seen this form. Saketi matva prasavam yaduktam he Krishna he Yadava he Saketi Ajnada Mahimana Tavedam Maya Pramadhat Pranayena Vapi. He says, because of my foolishness, because of my ignorance, I have made a mistake. So many times I have disrespected you. That it is correct only that you are showing this form. Because you have shown this form, now I can correct myself. Otherwise, I will not hear your words. By seeing this form, I can understand how much aparadas, how many mistakes that I have made. Please forgive me. Please forgive me for whatever I have done. Because I have never heard the elder people words. Bhishma, Drona, Vyasa, they used to tell, Narada, they used to tell, this Supreme Lord, please be respectful. I never heard that words. But now I know your greatness. That I used to call you as Hey Krishna, Hey Yadava. Hey Yadava means Yadava Kula, they don't have kings. They're not collaborated, they're not coronated kings. So he used to tell that we are coronated kings and your Vamsha has no kings. So he used to uh, uh, make a fun of Krishna, Hey Yadava. And out of love, he used to call him in various ways. Now he prays for always. Now he is praying for everything. And he says, while sitting, while playing, while lying down, while eating, while roaming around, I used to disrespect you in all the directions. Sometimes I used to eat from your plate itself. In the bed also, I used to put my leg on you, and also in the chariot. Now you become my chariot driver. Sometimes I used to eat before you. I have done so many aparadas, not knowing your greatness. Now I regret for all those aparadas. Please, out of love, I have done this, not out of pride or out of enviousness, but out of love, I have done all this thing. I think you know my heart, so you will forgive me. So now his mood is changing slowly. He's coming to Dasya Rasa. Pitasi lokasya characharasya tomasya pujasta gurun gariyan natvat samosti abhyadikka kutonyo lokatrayipi lokatraya api apratima prabhavaha. Why you will forgive him? Because you are the father of this whole universe. Sometimes we may do mistakes, but father, he forgives. So you will not take my all offenses. I know everyone should worship you because you are the teacher of this whole universe, and you only teach this whole Vedic literature to everyone. So you are most respectful than everyone else. No one is equal to you in this world. You are the one Ishvara. This is what Shastras always did. They say there is only one Ishvara. There are not many Ishvaras. If there are many Ishvaras, then there will be fight. One Ishvara will say, I am going to create. Another Ishvara will say, no, I will stop. The other Ishvara will say, no, I am going to destroy. There will be fight between Ishvaras, and Atmas will be in a great anxiety. So there is only one Ishvara who is controlling everything, and that Ishvara has excuse me, sorry. So he says that you are the one Ishvara without anyone above you or anyone equal to you. Tasmat pranamya pranidhaya kayam prasadayet vamaham ishamibhyam pitave putre sakeva sakyuhu priya priyarhasi devasodhum. He says that pranamya tasmat pranamya pranidhaya kayam. I completely bow down with my full body. That is, he's doing Dandavat Pranam. Because I am doing my Dandavat Pranam, please forgive me. Please forgive me for all my offenses. And I think you can forgive me. Because, yes, video is off. I'm going to switch on. Thank you. So you can tolerate me just like a father. Even when father is carrying small baby, sometimes baby they used to kick, they used to pass urine stool, but father doesn't take it as an offense because out of love. And among friends also, among friends there used to be sometimes chit chat, there used to be some disrespectful words. If you think there should be respect between friends, then it doesn't show friendship. Friendship means they are equal, so they used to ridicule, they used to make joke, they used to make fun of each other. So as a friend, as a father, he goes more further, like a priya priyasya, like a lover is is able to forgive whatever the beloved is doing. Sometimes beloved, sometimes the girlfriend, she may get angry. So the person, he knows the mood of that girl. So what he does, okay, she's angry now, but soon she will be okay. So he waits for some time, and as soon as she's okay, then he goes back again to that girl. Like Krishna is always doing with Radharani. He says that's why they're called Priya. The word itself shows they love each other. Love means they understand, they forgive each other. So as a person who loves me, it's not that I only love you, you also love me very much as a friend. So I think you can forgive my offenses. Sometimes when you love so much, you don't see the offenses also. Like a mother, sometimes the gopis, they used to come with so many complaints about Krishna. The gopis, they come and complain about Krishna. Krishna has done this, Krishna has done this, Krishna has did this. And Yashoda will say, no, my son will never do anything such, never do any such things. Because even if you prove to mother that your son has done this or your child has done this, mother will never accept. No, my son is good, my son will never do such a thing. So that's how mother's love is. If you love someone, then you don't find any faults in that person. Or even if you see some fault, like some small child, he goes to the street and he learns some two, three bad words. So he comes inside and says the bad words to the father. So what father will do? Father will laugh. You see, such a small child is speaking such a nasty words. You should not speak like this. He will just advise and he will leave. Similarly, now you are just like that. Out of love, I have asked you. So you please forgive me, forgive all my offenses. Then he says, I'm happy to see this unseen form. Drishtva purvam rishitosmi drishtva bhayena cha pravayatiham mano me tadeva ma darshaya deva rupam prasida devasya jagannivasa. Krishna, I don't know what to say. I'm happy that I have seen this unseen form, which you have never shown this form to anyone. But at the same time, I'm greatly troubled by fear by seeing this form. That form is very pleasing. Whatever form I have seen this before about the Krishna Rupa, the Manusha Rupa, the 200 form, it is very pleasing. I don't know why I asked you to show this form, but I'm very, very much fearful. I'm very trembling to see this form. So please be merciful and show me that form. He's now requesting Krishna to show me that original form of him. That is his Chaturabhuja Vyuha. Kiritinam Ghadinam Chankrahastam Vichamitvam Darshitum Maham Tataiva Teneva Rupena Chaturbhujena Sahasra Bahu Bhava Vishwamurte. Hey Krishna, that I want to see this form again. Which form? That you have beautiful crown on your head. You have your four hands, Chaturbhuja, Chanka Chakra Gada Padma. With this form, it's enough for me. This universal form. I don't want to see this form. Your 400 form is very beautiful. I want to see this Nilamega Shamala form of your Lord. He says this 400 form he wanted to see. What does it mean? That Arjuna was able to see Krishna with 400 form many times. Or Arjuna used to see Krishna with 400 form because they are Nara Narayana avatar. Arjuna is Nara and Narayana is Krishna. So maybe for Arjuna, he was showing his 400 form always. So Arjuna is saying that please show me that form again. Then now Krishna is speaking that, hey Arjuna, I have shown this form not out of my willing, but you have asked me. And he said, Maya Prasannena Tavarjunedam Rupam Param Drishtam Matma Yoga Tejo Mayam Vishwamanantamadhyam Yanme tvad ananyena chadrishta purvam. Hey Arjuna, I was not willing to show you this form, but since you have requested me, I shown you this Vishwarupa. So why you should be very much afraid of this form? And I have never shown this form to anyone, and I am not going to show this form to anyone. At least because of mercy, I have shown you this form, but I should have considered whether you are a proper adhikari to see this form or not. Because this disturbs your mood. Your mood is in a Sakya Bhava as a friend, but because seeing this form, now you have come to this Dasya Bhava, and don't think this form is very, very cheap. This form is very rare to achieve. He says, Naveda yajna nadhanayir nachakriya bhirna tapo bhirugrahi evam rupam sakyaham druloke drishtum tva anena kuru pravira. He says, Kuru pravira. Kuru pravira. Hey, hero of the Kurus, don't be fearful. This form, it's very rare to see. I have shown many Vishwarupa. Like Krishna has many kinds of Vishwarupa. This Vishwarupa, it's actually, he shows that everything it's sustained by him. That is actual Vishwarupa. And he has many Vishwarupas. Previously, he has shown to Mother Yashoda. He has showed that he is the Vishwadi Karanam, that he is the Adhara, he is the shelter of everything. So by showing the Vishwarupa in his mouth, he was showing that my belly is the Adhara for all the Vishwas. So that is Adhara Vishwarupa. And there is Antaryami Vishwarupa. When Duryodhana was trying to bind Krishna, Krishna showed a Vishwarupa where he showed all the soldiers, then all the ropes, whatever you wanted to bind me, I am inside everything as a Antaryami. That is Antaryami Vishwarupa. And also when Brahma has stolen all the calves and the gopas, then Krishna expanded himself in many forms. So to show that he is a controller of everything. So it is Niyamaka Vishwarupa, that he is the controller of, he is the Karta of everything. So that is Niyamaka Karta Vishwarupa. Now he is showing Vishwarupa, that in his body, everything is esteemed. That he is the origin, he is the controller, he is the maintainer, he is the sustainer of everything. So this is different kinds of Vishwarupa. And who can see this Vishwarupa? Nobody can see this Vishwarupa because there is no sadhana prescribed to see this Vishwarupa. So who can do this sadhana and see this Vishwarupa? Not by mantras, not by charities, not by rituals, not by austerity. Nobody can see this Vishwarupa, but I have shown this Vishwarupa because you asked me, that's why I'm showing you. So don't get disturbed. Krishna is now trying to pacify Arjuna, that he says, don't be disturbed, don't be bewildered, don't get fear, be pleased in your mind. See my 400 form. See my 400 form again. So here Krishna says, don't get fear of my Rupa and also seeing this Kala Rupa. I have already killed all those people, those who supported Draupadi's disrobe. So already I have killed them. So don't be disturbed by this also. And I have decided to kill them. And it is not a simple form that I have shown you. What I have shown you also needs Divya Chakshu. So one should not think that only for Vishwarupa he wanted some Divya Chakshu. Now for 400 form he doesn't need Divya Chakshu. Krishna is saying, see this 400 form with the same eyes. Same eyes means what? Even to see this Divya Chakshu, even to see this 400 form, you need this Divya Chakshu, otherwise it is impossible for you to see. So after saying this, Krishna showed his 400 form. Now Arjuna says, Iti Arjunam Vasudevas Tatokva Swakam Rupam Darshayam Asa Bhuyaha Aswasyam Asacha Bhitamenam Bhutva Punas Saumya Vapur Mahatma. Now, as requested by Krishna showed his 400 form. His 400 form as a son of Devaki with the complexion of blue lotus with beautiful form. He again cherished Arjuna with his 400 form. Now, after seeing this form, Arjuna says like this. He says that Drishtvedam manusham rupam tava saumyam janardana idinam asmi samvritta Sacheta Prakritim Gataha. He says, Krishna, am I okay? Because after seeing this form, I feel little free. I feel little comfortable. Otherwise, when I saw your form, Vishwarupa, I don't know what happened. My mind was reeling. I was going crazy. Am I okay? I'm that same Arjuna, or anything changed in me? Am I okay? So he's asking that I don't know what happened to me when I saw that form. I become completely disturbed. Now I feel little bit relaxed by seeing your Manushya Rupa. He says, Drishtvedam Manushya Rupam. He says, by seeing your human-like form, I become little relaxed. Then Krishna says, don't think this Manushya Rupa. Don't think this Shyamasundar Rupa, it's an ordinary Rupa. He says, Sudhurdarasham idam Rupam Drishtvan Asiyan Mama Deva Api Asya Rupasya Nityam Darashana Kankshinaha. Arjuna, don't think this form is a just human form. This form is very difficult to see also. Maybe because you are very used to it, to see this form, you are seeing this as a Manushya Rupa. But even demigods, they are longing to see this form. He says, Nityam Darshana Kankshinaha, Devam Api Asya Rupasya. Even demigods, they have to do so much tapasya to see this form. You can see the lords, you can see the demigods, they have assembled here above the clouds. Do you think they have assembled to see your fight? No, they have assembled to see how I am driving this chariot, how I am riding this horse, how I am playing in this battlefield. They all assembled to see my beauty. They don't assemble to see this war field or your skillness in fighting. They have assembled to see my form. This form is very rare, and this Tara, when Vali was killed, Tara, she comes, she started crying, and as soon as she saw the form of Rama, she immediately started to glorifying Lord's form. And also same with Mandodari also. When Ravana was killed, she came crying, shouting and beating on her chest. But as soon as she saw Rama, she was glorifying Lord's Rama's form. So the form of Lord, the 200 form, Manushya Rupa, is not very simple. It attracts everyone, and even for demigods, it is very difficult. So this form of mine, it is very difficult even for demigods to see. That's what Krishna says here. And then he says again, Naham Vedairna Tapasana Dhanena Cha Yejjaya Sakyam Evam Vido Drashtum Drishtvan Asima Yataha. So this form of mine, it is not possible to see by study of Vedas, by austerity, by charity, or by worship. It is possible to see this form only like you are seeing me, because you have devotion to me, you have love to me, so that's why you are able to see me. So similarly, if anybody wants to see my form, they should also have this devotion. Otherwise, without devotion, they cannot see me. Bhaktiva tvananya sakya aham eva vidorjuna jnatum drashtum cha tatvena praveshtum cha parantapa. He says, Bhaktiva tvananya sakya. He says, Ananya Bhakti. Only by pure devotion service, somebody can see me. Without pure devotion service, Bhaktya Tvananya Sakya Aham Eva Vidorjuna. Only by pure devotion service, Nyatum, they can understand me. Drashtum, they can see me. Tatvena, in reality. And Praveshtum, they can enter inside me, or they can attain me. So only by devotion service, they can understand me, they can see me, they can join me in my spiritual world. Otherwise, it is impossible to see me in this form. So Krishna concludes his Vishwarupa in this way. This Vishwarupa, it's very great, but above this Vishwarupa, this form of me as Shyamasundara, Krishna Rupa, this form is even more great, because Arjuna's eyes was tinged with prema. So with prema chakshu, he is not able to, he cannot see this Vishwarupa. So in order to see Vishwarupa, Krishna has to take away this prema, this love from his eyes, so that he can see this Vishwarupa. That's why Krishna is considered as the origin of all kinds of rupas. If you see in Brahma Samhita, Yat Karananava Jale Bhajati Sma Yoga Nidram Ananta Jagatanta Saroma Kupa Adara Shakti Avalambya Param Samurtim Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. The Lord is the origin of that Karnodaka Sai Vishnu. Karnodaka Sai Vishnu means from his pores, from his skin pores, the universe are coming out. That's why it's called Karnodaka Sai Vishnu. So Lord Krishna is the origin of that Karnodaka Sai Vishnu also. That's why even in Gopal Tapani Upanishad, we have this beautiful mantra, Satchidananta Rupaya Krishnaya Klishtakarine Namo Vedanta Vedyaya Gurave Buddhi Sakshine. That this form of Krishna is the origin of all other forms of Vishnu. Krishna Havai Paramam Deivatam. This is what Gopal Tapani Upanishad is. Again, Brahma Samhita says, Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. Then Shukadeva Goswami also he praises about Lord's form in Bhagavatam. That is Sudha Goswami. He says, Ete Cham Sakalapam Saha Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Of all the forms of Lord, Krishna is called Swayam Bhagavan, and from him all the incarnation, all the avatars and all the amshas are getting emanated from Lord. Matta Parataram Nanyate. Krishna very clearly says in Bhagavad Gita by himself, Matta Parataram Nanyate Kinchit Asti Dhananjaya. There is no one above me and no one is equal to me. Aham Adirihi Devanam. I am the origin of all kinds of demigods. Param Brahma, Param Dhamma, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavan. So Ityadi shlokas, it shows that Lord Krishna is the origin of everything and from him everything emanates. And that form is shown in Vishwarupa. So by seeing this Vishwarupa, Arjuna got fearful. Even when Lord was showing his Narasimha Rupa, even Lakshmi was fearful. By seeing this form, Lakshmi said, I don't know who is this person, he is not my husband at all. So she was so fearful by seeing this Lord's Narasimha Rupa. If she is fearful of Lord Narasimha Rupa is just a part of this Vishwarupa. In Vishwarupa, all the forms were existing. So even for this Narasimha Rupa, if she is fearful, then what to speak of this Vishwarupa? This Arjuna was fearful. Then his bhava got changed. He came from his Sakya bhava to Adbhuta bhava to Dasya bhava. Then Krishna has to restore his bhava by showing his beautiful Shyamasundara form again. So this Shyamasundara form or Krishna's form is considered as the highest because it gives highest bliss. And in this form only we can develop different kinds of loving relationship with Krishna. That's why this form is considered as highest. And in this form, Krishna is very happy. The Lord is very happy in this Krishna's form. Otherwise, in other forms, it's very official. Like a person who is working as a collector or he's a leader of some state, he may be having this respectful roles, but he is more happy to be recognized as the father of his loving son, or the lover of his beloved, or the son of his parent. So that is how he wants to be recognized. For outside people, he may be a very respectful, awful person, but as soon as he comes inside his home, he likes to be loved. He likes to be treated very affectionately. So that's how Krishna's form is. He has many forms. By this form, he creates, he maintains, he destroys, he is taking care of everything. But when he wants to enjoy, he comes in Krishna's form. So Krishna is more pleased in this form, and devotees also can serve Krishna in this form only very happily. In Krishna's form, you can serve Krishna in Santa, Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, Madhurya rasas. All kinds of rasas are accepted by Krishna. Raso Vaisaha. Krishna is the abode of all the rasas. Other forms, they have only few rasas. With Rama, you can show maximum Dasya rasa, Sakya rasa. Even those who are sakas, even those who are friends, they were standing like a dasas. They were not very close to Krishna. But in Krishna Leela, you can see everybody is playing with Krishna left and right, upside, up and down. They were teasing Krishna, and sometimes they used to jump above Krishna. They used to carry Krishna, and sometimes Krishna has to carry them. So all these sweet relationships are only possible with Krishna. That's why Krishna is considered as the supreme person. Otherwise, in Paratva, there is no difference. In Rasatva, in Rasatattva, you can see Krishna is the highest. Matkarma krin matparamo madbhakta sangavarjitaha nirvaira sarvabhuteshu yassamam yeti pandava. Krishna concludes this. He who does work for me and who holds me as supreme, who is devoted to me, who is without materialistic association, devoid of hatred for any living entities, he will attain me, O Arjuna. So Krishna concludes that only the devotees are very dear to me and only devotees can attain me. So here Krishna says, Mat karma krit. Mat karma krit means devotees, they always engage in my service. They don't have any varnashrama dharma duties. They're always engaged in my service. They will be building temples, they will be cleaning temples, they will be making malas for me, they will be cooking for me. They're always engaged in my service. That is the difference between Bhakti Yoga and Karma Yoga. In first 6 chapters, we are seeing Karma Yoga. What is the difference between Karma Yoga and Bhakti Yoga? In Karma Yoga, also we saw with Krishna consciousness, with the understanding this is for Krishna, this is by Krishna, this is Krishna's duty. So with this buddhi, we used to do our Karma Yoga. So in there also we relate Krishna, and in Bhakti also we relate Krishna. What's the difference? The difference is in Karma Yoga, we do something and we offer it to God. But in Bhakti Yoga, we offer whatever Krishna wants. That's the difference. There, whatever we desire, we do that and we offer the results to the Lord. But here, we do everything whatever likes, whatever Lord likes. That's why that's the difference between Bhakti Yoga and Karma Yoga. So here Krishna says, those who are Ananya Bhaktas, those who are pure devotees, what they will do? Mat karma krin. They will always be my servants only. They will not do any other service. Then mat paraha. Then he doesn't know anything except me. They consider me as their only goal. And what they will do? Then mad bhaktaha. They are my devotees. My devotees means what they will do? Shravanam kirtanam Vishnoho smaranam padasevanam archanam mandanam dasyam sakyam atma nivedanam. They will do this now with the bhakti. Other than this, they will not do anything else. So they are called Mavad Bhaktaha, Sangavarjitaha. Sangavarjitaha means they cannot tolerate the association of non-devotees. They cannot tolerate, they cannot associate with non-devotees. At the same time, they will not hate them also. It is not that devotees, they hate non-devotees. No, they don't hate. Nirvaira sarvabhutesha. They don't hate anyone, but still they don't have any affection, any inclination to associate with those non-devotees. So, since he considers that the suffering they cause is brought about himself alone through the previous karma, such devotee attains me, Krishna. So, here Krishna concludes that Krishna is the complete form of Lord because he is the source of all the avatars and he is thus the cause of the victory of his devotees. So, Krishna concludes that he is the supreme, he is the origin, he is the cause of devotees' victory, and he is the life, very life and soul of devotees. So this is how Krishna concludes his Vishwarupa yoga. So by this Vishwarupa, what happens? Then it brings us connection. It brings some more bhavas inside us. It brings us. It makes us to feel close towards Lord. So with this understanding, we complete this Vishwarupa here. And tomorrow we have Bhakti Yoga, very beautiful Adhyaya. Krishna is going to summarize whatever he wanted to say about devotees that we will see in the tomorrow session. I'll end here. If you have any questions or comments, you can ask now. Okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandot Pranam.
Yes,
actually, as we all know that there are millions of universes as per Sanatana Dharma. So the universal form, is it like only one universe or all the millions of universes together?
No, here in this universal form, he is showing all the universes.
Like the entire material creation, that one.
Yes, that's what here Arjuna just said. I am able to see all the universes in you, all the 14 planetary systems. That's what he saw.
Okay. Also, that universal form, it's which feature of Paramatma? It is Karna Dakshay Vishnu, Garbha Dakshay Vishnu. Which one it is?
No, there is nothing like this belongs to Karna Udaka Sai Vishnu, Garbha Udaka Sai Vishnu. Krishna is showing that he is the origin of all the Karna Udaka, Garbha Udaka, Kshira Udaka. He is the origin of everything. There are different kinds of Vishwarupa, as I mentioned you. We have to show that he is the Adhara for everything. He is the Paramatma of everything, and he is the sustainer of everything. He is the creator of everything. But this Vishwarupa is to show Sarva Karana Karanam. He is the origin of, he is the cause of everything. So this is different Vishwarupa. This is Krishna's Vishwarupa. It's very special. This doesn't belong to anyone.
Okay, Prabhuji. Also regarding that 11.15 verse, that one I asked you before.
What is it verse?
Pashyami devastava devadehe sarvastata bhuta vishesha sankan brahmani visham kamlasanastam, that one.
What is it?
11.15.
Yeah. What is in that?
Brahmanam Isham, that one. So Isham, doesn't it refer to Lord Shiva also? Like as per Ramanuja and Madhvacharya, they wrote as Lord Shiva. So is it, can it be told like that?
Yeah, we can say, of course, in Vishwarupa he has shown Ishvara form also. But here, according to Gaudiya Sampradaya, that Baladev Vidyabhushan, Vishwacharya Thakur, they say this is Garbhoda Sai Vishnu's form, who is a Paramatma in Paramatma for Brahmadev in this universe. He is the Paramatma for Brahma, that is Garbhoda Vishnu Sai form. So yeah, there are different views, but ultimately, again, it doesn't bring any contradiction. Krishna, he has all the forms inside.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavad Pranam.
Yeah.
So, Prabhuji, everything emanates from him and we are within him. So it is very difficult to understand how Arjuna is able to see everything. I mean, sitting within there and he's able to see everything. So it is very difficult to imagine. And
Yes,
so
why
Divya Chakshu.
that's why Shastra says it is very difficult to ascertain, even very difficult to express by words, very difficult to even imagine Krishna's form.
So the Divya Chakshu, I mean, materially speaking, can we understand like, see here, we are sitting here, we have a house, home here on the earth, and we're able to see the whole thing in the Google Earth. Is like how the Divya Chakshu works. Like we are able to see the entire earth, though it is not live, but we are able to see, right? So like that, something was there which helps, is called Divya Chakshu. Can we compare with that?
I mean, yeah, it's like a small drop of a small drop of water in the ocean. What we have here, what our knowledge, what we have here. Yeah, we may say that this is our Divya Chakshu. To our capacity, this is Divya Chakshu for us to see this whole universe, to see this not even a whole universe, to this small trace of land. Even we don't see full land because we have many dvipas. We see only Jambudvipa here. Even Jambudvipa, we see only some trace of land which is covered by ocean, that is salt ocean. So with this Google, how much you can see, and it is incomparable. Yato vacha nivartante aprapya manasa saha. That way Shastra says that Lord and his energies are inconceivable. So all these things are explained just to show us how Lord is great, and even though he is great, how he is very simple and how he is very inclined towards us, and how he is showing his love towards us, and what kind of relationship that we have with this Lord, and what kind of relationship that we have forgotten, and we have come into this world and we are suffering here. So we are like just like a frog in the well, and sitting in the well. It is impossible to for us to imagine how the whole universe, how the whole ocean will look like. Similarly, it is impossible for us to imagine, but to some extent, for some idea, Krishna has shown something here, just to bring us adbhuta bhava in ourselves. Even if we can appreciate this Google, then we should appreciate how the Lord is managing. That's what yesterday we saw in Vibhuti Yoga. This whole world is beautiful. Everything you see in this world, the natural items, everything you see, the taste, the smell, the color, the way it appears, everything is so beautiful. Why? Because the Lord is existing inside us, Paramatma. So all these things are explained not to show his magic, but to bring this bhava inside us, to bring this to nurture our bhakti towards Lord. That's why all these things are mentioned. It is incomparable. That's what I can say. Okay, we'll end here and we'll see you tomorrow with Bhakti Yoga, tomorrow, 12th chapter. Srimad Bhagavad